The tanking race is heating up. The Raptors, Nets, and Sixers are battling for position. The Raptors are one win ahead while the Sixers and Nets are tied. It's going to be neck and neck until the last game of the season, most likely. I think it's going to be tough to out-tank the Brooklyn Nets because it feels like every game is the same. I'm scoreboard watching. I tune in a little bit. They're playing very well. Then in the last 5 minutes or just overall the last quarter of the game, they forget how to play basketball. It's starting to piss me off. They keep blowing games in crunch time. Stop the teasing. 2-point loss versus the Celtics. Overtime loss to the Indiana Pacers. Barely lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this has all happened in the last 10 days. Today, they play the Pacers again. It's going to be tough, but Tyrese Haliburton has missed the last couple games, so he may not play. Plus, Brooklyn competed with them last game, and also it's tough to beat a team 2 times, so who knows? Anything could happen, but even if that doesn't work out, I really have hope in them winning a game or 2 in the next week. We must speak it into existence, so the Brooklyn Nets, they're going to win a game very soon. Their schedule lightens up versus the Dallas Mavericks, a team that is falling apart because their whole team is injured and the Luka Doncic trade. I mean, the Sixers beat them last week, so that's going to be a toss-up. Then you have the Toilet Bowl, the Nets versus the Raptors, a fun matchup for Sixer fans because it's a win-win situation. Then they have the Washington Wizards. Oh, and guess what? The Mavericks and Raptors again. I think I'm going to vote for a split in those 2 games versus the Raptors. Therefore, both the Nets and Raptors get an extra win. Now, the Raptors are doing something that has never been done before in tanking history. From what I remember, it's process Sixers level type tanking stuff. So honestly, I kind of respect it. If you didn't know, the Raptors have had the easiest schedule post All-Star break. The main reason why they were able to pass the Sixers in the standings to combat that, Toronto has been doing this. I'll just read this post from Mike O'Connor. How the Raptors haven't been investigated yet is beyond me. They once again sat their best players in crunch time of a close game and blew a 9-point lead fourth quarter to Portland. Barnes and Poeltl played 28 in 25 minutes. The Nets and the Sixers have yet to do that. They play their best 5 on that night to close the game. The Raptors have been doing this for like the past month and a half, so props to them. Unfortunately, that easy schedule still is gifting them wins here and there. I see wins in their future as well. The next 5 games are against bottom-tier teams in the NBA. First, the Spurs, then the Wizards, the Nets, the Hornets, and then lastly, the Sixers. I have a bad feeling about that Raptors-Sixers matchup, considering the Sixers lost to them last time. Unfortunately, I could see us getting a revenge game because the Sixers are still trying really, really hard. They just suck because the talent that has been on the court is mostly G League level. But going back to the Raptors, they still have a couple easy games to finish off the year. They have the Nets again, the Hornets, the Mavericks. The Raptors are stooping to that resting in the fourth quarter strategy for their best players because they have to. The competition on their schedule is not very good. Let's go to the Sixers. Sadly, they are pretty much in the same boat. They have the 4th easiest remaining schedule. Pelicans, Wizards, Raptors, Wizards again on the schedule. And considering the effort level of the Sixers lately, unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised if they squeaked out a few fluke wins here and there. There have been a few close calls lately versus the Houston Rockets and then last night versus the Spurs, but luckily the Sixers have been getting on their Brooklyn Nets grind where they play pretty well throughout the whole game, and then in the fourth quarter or for a period of time, they forget how to play basketball, and that's beautiful to see. But overall, this tanking race has been unbelievable. These 3 teams could care less about winning, and I'm sure that is sending Adam Silver into a midlife crisis. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think we can out-tank the Brooklyn Nets? Do you think we can out-tank the Toronto Raptors? Personally, I'm impressed by the Sixers. I think they have a chance to do so. I'm a little scared about the Brooklyn Nets because whenever they seem to have a win wrapped up, they ultimately end up losing and it pisses me off. But that's all I got.